Everybody, I am Mr. J. Hey, today we're talking about the exit polls and the new leader of South Korea, right? Hopefully you're ready to listen. It's our advanced video and it's for Wednesday, June the 4th, 2025. I'm going to be going to Jeju Island tomorrow. So I'm doing the news in advance. It's technically Tuesday night here, but it's the news for Wednesday, June the 4th, 2025, and it's South Korea, and it's about the election, and the exit polls show that our winner is Mr. Lee, President Lee Jae-myung, right? Jae-myung, the new president of South Korea. Not 100% yet, but the exit polls say yes. So that's what our AI picks about, okay? So D for debatable, I don't know. I think Tongyeong, the town where I'm in South Korea, is red. It doesn't really like the blue team, but most of Korea obviously does because the blue team has definitely a lead in it. If you look at this picture, it's a little screwy because the blue team is the one that won, even though this is just giving an example of an exit poll, right? So don't trust these. It's not for Korea. The winner is actually the blue team, right? Lee Jae-myung, not the red team. So don't take these scores as being actual facts, right? This is just an AI pick. So anyways, you don't need to tell me in the comments about that. All right, our word list. Let's go right down to our word list. Exit, presidential, lead, vote, conservative, impeachment, removal, marshal, turmoil, turnout, result, midnight. Some of the same terms we had as yesterday, right? We have shift, politics, and reform. So let's get right into it. As of 8:23 p.m. on Tuesday, June 3rd, exit polls in South Korea's snap presidential election showed Liberal candidate Lee Jae-myung with a strong lead, winning about 51.7% of the vote. His conservative opponent, Kim Moon-soo, had around 39.3%. So this special election was held because of the impeachment and removal of former President Yoon Suk-yeol, who tried to declare martial law in 2024. The political turmoil has influenced public opinion. Turnout has been very high, about 77% by 7 p.m. Tuesday. So we talked about that yesterday. A high turnout for voting, which I think is good news. President E is debatable, all right, but a high turnout is good news, right? All right, official results are usually expected around midnight, but I think it's definitely going to be Mr. E, Mr. Lee, Mr. Yi, Mr. Ri. There's lots of ways to say it. The actual pronunciation in Korean is E, like teeth, E, but sometimes like E Sun Shin, it could be the famous naval general, right? Lee Sun-shin. Sometimes the E in Korean it's pronounced or written in English like Lee, Lee, or I've seen Y, I, or R, Y, I, lots of different spellings. But for this president, I think it's going to be Lee, right? President Lee. So if Lee wins, it may bring a major shift in South Korean politics, especially with his plans for foreign policy and economic reform. His new government would need to rebuild trust after the recent crisis. Okay, let's look at our questions. Who was leading in the exit polls? Why was this presidential election held? What is the expected voter turnout? When are official results usually expected? And what major change will the new president face? All right, today's farm word stall and the non-farm meaning of stall. So let's see, our farm meaning stall, a small space in a barn where one animal like a cow or horse is kept. Non-farm meaning of stall, to stop moving or working suddenly, like a car or a person who hesitates, okay? So it's the non-farm meaning. And it's just like our picture, we have a car that's like stalled on the road. So stall, stall, stall. Pronunciation, well, here's the official spelling, but if you spell it like this, the pronunciation's the same. So let's practice with that. All, tall, 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 tall. It is tall, tall. Stall, stall, stall. Be careful with the L sound. It's harder for some people, right? Example sentences. Sorry. I got an alarm popping up there. The horse stayed in its stall during the thunderstorm, and my car stalled in the middle of traffic this morning. Stall. Okay, here, while you're watching me, I'm going to turn off. See, turn off your upcoming alarm. Let's throw this in the video too, since you're learning English. What the hey? And here, I don't know if you can see it. It says tighten swing, tighten swing, tighten swing. See, tighten swing, because I have an Airbnb and the swing at my Airbnb. Here I am again. The swing. I have a swing, an outside swing at my Airbnb, and the swing is getting a bit loose, so I'm worried that it might break, so I need to tighten it. That's what that alarm was about. Wow, it's real live English here with us, right? Anyway, sorry. So my car stalled in the middle of traffic this morning is the non-farm meaning of stall. All right, weather for Thursday, June the 5th. In Jakarta, Indonesia, there's a high of 33, a low of 26, and there will be thunderstorms. For Brasilia, Brazil, there's a high of 28, a low of 18, and it will be partly cloudy. For Hanoi, Vietnam, a high of 34, a low of 27, and it will be cloudy. So we talked about the weather, we talked about stall, and we also talked about president, a new president for South Korea. According to exit polls, anyways, it's President Lee. President Lee. Okay. Which, of course, is debatable. Tell me what you think about that. I want to know. Starting with Thursday and Friday, there's going to be no news videos because I'll be on Jeju Island to check out the World Environmental Days. So if you're interested in the environment or on Jeju, you might want to check out my YouTube channel. Otherwise, I will see you next week on Monday.